So you're thinking of moving to Las Vegas, but you're in a bit of a situation where you're not able to come to Las Vegas to pick out the home that you would like to purchase. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you more of a story of how I helped this family transition overseas to their new station at Nellis Air Force Base during their PCS and calling Las Vegas their new home. Now, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to share with you if they bought a resale or a new construction home and how I saved them an additional $40,000 off the purchase price and locking them in at a 4.99% interest rate. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, my name is Erica Lamar. I'm a local real estate professional as well as a real estate investor here in the Las Vegas Valley. So my team and I specialize in helping people relocate to Las Vegas from either the country or all over the world and calling Las Vegas their new home. So if you're thinking about moving to Las Vegas or its surrounding areas in the near future, my team and I are here to help you make that smooth transition to beautiful Las Vegas. All of our contact information will be in the comments and descriptions below. Feel free to reach out at any time. I always love hearing from you. And if you are not new to my channel and you're wondering why I have a Gothic background, this is one of my studios, and today I've decided just to do it here, so welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this family, and let me share the story with you. Now, this family has not been to statesides for a long time, so getting orders to Nellis Air Force Base has actually been quite an experience for them, because coming back to stateside, especially when you lived overseas for a long time, is very scary. Now, I can totally relate to this family because before I moved to Las Vegas, I came here from overseas. As a matter of fact, I came from Okinawa, Japan, which is a lot different than the States. Anytime you want to go off base, you have to have permission to go off base, and you have a curfew to come back on. There's a lot of strict rules you'd have to follow when you live on the base, and if you go off base, you have to mind your P's and Q's. I mean, it's a whole thing. So being in a military family, I can understand how military personnel or families feel when they have to leave Las Vegas to go overseas, or vice versa, if they're coming from overseas moving to Las Vegas. I can totally empathize. So my dad was in Navy Seabees for over 20 years, and when we came to Las Vegas, it was an absolute culture shock for me, coming to find out the hard way that schools are a lot different. There's a different educational system, especially here in Nevada, which I will share with you. Nevada has a very different type of educational system here, although there is a different way to go around that, which if you stick around this video, I will share it with you also. But let me tell you the story of this family coming here. Now, when I connected with this family, they originally decided that they wanted to finally purchase a home. They were aware of the VA loan, but they did not know exactly what it was. So during our discovery call, I had the conversation with them of how they can use it to their benefits, and how, of course, their BHA, which is Basic Housing Allowance, would pay for majority of their mortgage, which in this case, it really did. Now, they were toggling between purchasing a resale home or a new construction home, and as you know, there's pros and cons to each one, which in this video I will go over. During this call, I talked about their expectations, their time frames, their wants, their needs, everything that they absolutely needed. And they were really apprehensive of purchasing a home technically sight unseen because they're not here personally, but as discussed with them, I would be their boots on the ground here. Now, in many cases, it is probably not the best decision to buy a home sight unseen if you do not have a lot of trust in your realtor or your professional, whoever you're using. If you are somebody who is just trying to quickly make a move, but you have not gotten to know your realtor, you don't know them on a personal level, and there's no testimonies to back it up, proceed with caution, because it is you who's going to get stuck with the bill, not them. So let's go ahead and talk about the pros and cons of buying resale over new construction home. So let's start with resale. With resale, you will usually get a better price than new construction, because it's just priced a little bit differently in the resale market. With a resale home, you usually will have more control over the different areas, because resale homes are just more abundant than new construction communities. So usually you can probably find it in the community or area you want to be in. And the final pro of resale is if you need something quick to move in, it is already done. You do not have to wait for it to be completed. Now, with every yin, there's a yang. So let's talk about the cons of a resale home. home if you do not know about it. Now, sometimes sellers are honest about the home, sometimes they're not. Some of the things that in the state of Nevada a seller does not have to disclose is if somebody had passed away or died in the property. But one of the things that we do have to disclose is if there's been structural damage, mold, water damage, and if meth has ever been made in the bathroom, and yes, that's a real thing. Now with resale homes, all your warranties are pretty much going to be expired. Now, of course, this does depend on the age of the home. And usually with that, if all the appliances are older, the appliance warranties, the manufacturer warranties, those are expired. So usually you're not going to have any of the manufacturer warranties, which are much better than a standard third-party home warranty. And the last con is what you see is what you get. Now, sometimes you can ask a seller to make repairs, but if a seller does not want to make the repairs, well, then you are stuck with that home in its condition and you will have to take care of it when you move in. Okay, so without being all doom and gloom, let's talk about new construction and the pros of that. Pro number one is obviously it is brand spanking new. So you don't have to worry about the history of the home because it was just built for you. So new construction home, everything is brand new. You are also going to have the best quality, and it's usually going to be built with the most up-to-date building codes also. Now, if you are building a home from the ground up, you can usually pick up all your upgrades. There are sometimes options you can choose, such as if you want to turn a den into a bedroom, or if you want to take a half bath and turn it to a full bath. That is usually customizable and you can pick that through your structure options. Another pro is you get some of the best warranties. So you'll get a builder warranty, which is generally a structural warranty. You get a 1-year bumper to bumper warranty, of course, depending on the builder. And sometimes they will also throw in a bonus where you can have an electrical and plumbing 2-year warranty. Now, of course, I am not saying every builder will give this to you, but some builders may. If you have any questions about that, just reach out to me. And the last pro, of course, is some of the builders will give you incredible incentives, which is basically free money. So who doesn't like that? Now, some of the cons of new construction is the price of a new construction home is a little bit higher than resale because everything is built in to the price. Another negative is when you buy a new construction home, because of the way our soil is here and because of the wood framing that we have, your home is going to settle. So depending on the different areas you're moving in, the soil is going to be a little bit different. But one thing is for sure is a house will settle. And because of the type of frame that we use, in the summertime, the wood will expand. In the wintertime, the wood will shrink. Now, this is going to cause very minor hairline-like cracks, which is called settlement cracks. But there are some cases where it does more than just settling, and this could lead to a construction defect. Now, if there is a construction defect, unfortunately, you will be the one to discover it. And last con is new construction homes are less abundant because there's kind of a limited amount of new construction communities versus resale homes, which is all over the place. So generally speaking, you will have less options to choose from. Now, after discussing these options with this family, they finally decided that they wanted to go ahead and try resale first. So of course, I sent them an entire list of properties based off of what they were looking for, and I went and toured them for them, and they come to find out based off of the walkthroughs and my video tours with them, which of course I'm very honest at them, they decided resale homes is not the way they want to go. What ended up happening was, as I was touring these properties for them, I was pointing out all the obvious things. Now, after seeing that some of these resale homes are going to need work and they're going to have to put additional money into it, they decided to switch gears and go to new construction. So after identifying what kind of floor plan they were looking for, I sent them an entire list of communities in the area and we honed it into basically what they needed for them and their family. So in this case, they needed 4 bedrooms with a loft, and we did absolutely find that. So what happened was we ended up starting in one community in Las Vegas, and as I was there in the area, me personally driving the area, I didn't even get that fuzzy feeling. So I did share this with them. So after telling them that this didn't feel like the best area for them, I went back to doing my research. Now, I found that very same floor plan that they were looking for in a better community and that was also $30,000 cheaper. So after I discussed this with them and then did the video tour for them so they can actually see the different area and get a feel for it, they decided it was the right move for them. So after we find the lot that is perfect for them, for the floor plan they want in this new community, it is time for me to go to work. Now, mind you, this new community is $30,000 cheaper than the previous one in a better location and has much better accessibility to where they need to be, which is Nellis Air Force Base. Now, when it comes to going to contract, I also get them an additional $10,000 off the purchase price with an additional $10,000 towards their closing cost. So not only are they now saving $40,000 off of the purchase price, they're also getting an additional $10,000 towards their closing cost. Now, what they end up doing with this is they ended up buying down their interest rate. They bought down their interest rate to 4.99% while still having their closing cost covered. Now, if that is not good enough, we also make sure they get all the appliances included. Now, this was an absolute dream come true for this family. And best part is this home is going to be ready in June, which is when they will be here for their new station. So as soon as they relocate to Las Vegas, they are going to have keys to their brand new home, and I will be there for every step of the way and show them every milestone of their new home. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about, which I talked to this family about, is schools. Now, this is something I definitely try to prepare families to understand is when you move to Nevada, Nevada is not known for having excellent school systems. Now, if you were to look at it on the scale of every state within the country and then measure them each against each other, Nevada really falls really at the bottom. And I'm not trying to knock anybody who says that Nevada has excellent schools, because in a sense they're not wrong. The higher education and trade schools in Nevada, there's actually great opportunities. But if somebody's telling you that Nevada has great public schools, they're absolutely lying, because the Nevada public schools are not excellent. You can generally find decent charter and private schools in Clark County, but you really have to do your research and you have to identify, is it funded by Clark County School District or is it funded by the state, and what does their curriculum look like? So that's one thing I help them understand and help them do their due diligence in. They ended up finding a school that their kids want to go to, which was amazing. But I personally just can't stand it when anybody comes online or on YouTube or Instagram or whatever and tells people Nevada has great schools. We don't. So please do your research. Please make sure that you're hiring a professional who's going to give it to you straight and going to tell you the truth and going to help you do your own research so you can identify which route is going to be the best for you. Okay, so that was my video on talking to you about how I helped this family move from overseas to Las Vegas and how we decided on finding a resale home or a new construction home, which was better for them. So if you have any questions about moving to Las Vegas or just Las Vegas in general, all of my contact information will be in the comments and descriptions below. Feel free to reach out at any time. I always love hearing from you. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.